Alright, we are back on map 2 between Creo and HoT. It is, as previously mentioned, Twisted Meadows, and this time HoT is spawning in the bottom left corner in purple. Altar first for him, and very early Wisp moving out of the base. Apparently no Ancient of War being produced by that one. So it looks like he's gonna wanna go ahead and scout probably the potential Ancient of War positions in front of the opponents, or in front of the 4 or the 3 remaining Null Overseer camps, since he's not expecting one to be here, obviously. But Creo is not gonna do that. By the way, we've seen the same thing by Titan, I think, previously. Creo is not going to do that. He's building plenty of Wisps here. Altar first for him as well. So it looks like this is going to be a Huntress build order. Looks like this is going to be a Huntress build order as well. Well, maybe he's going to go for the weird, fast, Titan-like tech. Maybe not. I guess this indicates that he wants to play a Demon Hunter first here. But no, it is the Priestess of the Moon for both of the players, actually. Then again, of course, with the Priestess of the Moon, you're not going to do anything but getting aggressive in the beginning, as well as with the Demon Hunter, as long as you, you know, do a Huntress build order or no early Ancient of War. So yeah, we'll see if both of the players are gonna do that. But of course, with the Priest of the Moon, anything but a Huntress build order here would surprise me a lot. Creo scouting HoT's main base right now. HoT, yeah, did go for, as you can see on the minimap, pretty unique scouting pattern, and he's gonna find his opponent at the latest possible spot. Ancient of War coming right now, as well as the Hunter's Hall for Creo, and HoT is doing just the same thing. And let's see, second Ancient of War probably for both of them. So yeah, mass hunts on either side, and he just, wow, HoT just trapped himself. And now his Hunter's Hall is going to be delayed by a lot. He's rebuilding it immediately. But what a horrible start by the Ukrainian. Priestess of the Moon so far did not skill anything. I guess he wants to wait until he sees the opponent's hero. And it is the Priestess, so it's no Demon Hunter. Priestess of Creo immediately going for the Aura. Okay, and so does HoT. So Huntress production for Creo is going to start soon. Huntress production for HoT is of course going to start a little bit later, thanks to his little mishap there at the beginning. First Wisp of HoT is in some trouble, and that one is going to have to detonate here. Yeah, he's doing just that, just in time. And so both of the players have already lost one of their Wisps to a forced detonate. First hunt is being produced for Creo. Let's see, the Hunter's Hall here is gonna finish in just a second, so probably not game deciding, but of course not exactly helpful for HoT to having to deal with this delayed Huntress production. Actually, it's delayed by quite a lot. The first 2 hunts will already be out way before the first hunt of HoT's gonna be out. But other than that, at this stage of the game, not too much is happening, obviously, as both of the players have very few units on the field. Another Wisp is probably going to have to detonate here. 2 more hits are probably required by this Priest of the Moon, or is the Wisp gonna get in range? No, he isn't. Once again, detonate in time by Creo, so at least with his Wisp micro so far, he's very much on point. Starts creeping a very tiny camp. Right now, the Null Brood is definitely gonna go to him. And let's see if he's still going to get the little Null as well. He probably will, as the first hunt and the Priest of the Moon of HoT are just, you know, dancing around the right-hand side of the map. Other than that, still tier 1, another Moonwell has already finished for for HoT, so he's gonna be able to produce a lot more. And Creo is building an Ancient Protector here. So he seems to be afraid of a big all-in. I'm not really, I guess he didn't see the Hunter's Hall being cancelled, so he doesn't really know about HoT's situation, but HoT is not in a position to play an all-in or anything like that. I mean, with the Ancient of War, of course, this kind of suggests that Creo might want to tech eventually. Oh, okay, and there is the tech, yeah. So then that makes sense, even though the chances of a big push aren't too huge at the moment. If you go to tier 2 in a big mass hunts versus mass hunts game, then having this additional security is definitely not gonna hurt you. And HoT is just staying on tier 1 for now. Also, look at the minimap here on the top, both of them having a wisp towards the top left, because of course with the map control that HoT is going to get for a little while right now, he could try and take an expansion, and the most likely position to build that would be somewhere up here. But Creo's got a wisp nearby, so if that's happening, he's gonna see it. One glaive thrower being produced at the moment. I'm wondering why he built it in the Ancient of War at the front, because that of course is a lot more vulnerable than the Ancient of War in the back. So this one might even fall here. The Priest of the Moon also not too greatly positioned for Creo, so he's definitely gonna have to take care of that one. Repositioning right now. The Ancient Protector is moving forward. And is HoT gonna be able to punish this tech by Creo? He's up at 7 hunts against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment, but the Glaive Thrower has come out, and of course the Ancient Protector is going to do great against the mass hunts of the Ukrainian. So neither of the players has lost any unit so far, but HoT has taken so much damage on so many of his hunts, and therefore he's gotta pull back at least for a while, and he's gonna have to let Creo at least reach tier 2. Or it's actually 2 Glaive Throwers out already. Third one is in production, and there is the Tree of Life. Yeah, that is not at all surprising. And not yet scouted by the Wisp here. I feel like he could just quickly move it like here, then rally it like here, and then rally it back. Just takes him like 1 second to do that with, you know, a shift command. Second Ancient of War being rebuilt here, so that's a bit surprising. Is he gonna stick with only Glaive Throwers and hunts anyway? I mean, of course, on tier 2 he can get the splash upgrade for the Glaive Throwers, which is great. And, you know, if he's sticking with range only, Dryads are of course great against hunts, but the risk they contain is against Glaive Throwers of HoT, which he's definitely gonna be able to produce. They aren't gonna last for too long. So yeah, there is the Warple Blades upgrade, and that one is going to be huge against the hunts of HoT.
Your building is complete.
Where are the Glaive Throwers? In the back of the base, so he's just using them to very safely stay in this game until he gets a sufficient number of Glaive Throwers, and then, you know, he's got several options, of course. And he can't just try and get into a good fight. He can try and do like Zeppelin drops or snipe stuff of the purple main base. Another Wisp has been taken down here by Creo, and now Creo is gonna creep his expansion. This Wisp has moved towards the right hand side right now. I'm assuming he scouted the Tree of Life. Unfortunately, I didn't see it, but would be hugely surprised if Creo didn't know about this. And yeah, Creo is creeping his Goblin Laboratory, which very much points towards the Zeppelin. Or is he just going to try and run a hunt in to get the Zeppelin? Well, no matter what, the creeps aren't feeling like supporting Creo here at all. Scout Wisp of HoT has been detonated again. In the meantime, HoT also not going for the Searing Arrow, going for the Owl Scout, so he always knows about what's up. Of course, with the Scout, he's just seen Creo approaching his Goblin Laboratory, and therefore some kind of Zeppelin move with these Glaive Throwers is very obvious. And now Creo decides to just creep it. And yeah, there's the Zeppelin. 55 supply already for HoT, who of course is still on tier 1, who invested into hunts only. He's got 1/1 upgrades. He's got the aura, of course, level 2 for the Priestess of Creo in the meantime as well. Rune Braces, not gonna do too much. Whereas Creo is still sitting at 50 supply. Of course, he had to rebuild one of the Agents of War. He had to get tier 2. He got the Zeppelin. He's got the Warple Blades upgrade, and so on. So the first hunt is now going to get into some trouble, but 5 glaive throwers are available here. If he positions them in the back of his base, or if he just micros nicely with his Zeppelin, then he should look very, very good in this fight. Then again, all of his hunts have taken so much damage creeping. Protection scroll used by HoT. He's repositioning the hunts here on the top. The glaive throwers are being dropped in the back, and HoT is immediately retreating. Like, there is no way in hell he can break the space with the Ancients of War, with the Ancient Protector, with the glaive throwers. So what he's got going for him right now, obviously, is the expansion, and he sees the glaive throwers being dropped here. He sees the Zeppelin use. Of course, especially with the forest here, the Zeppelin and the glaive throwers can be abused very nicely by Creo. And HoT at the moment is just dancing around in front of the main base. I guess he cannot really fall back and do anything else, because if he does, then exactly this is going to happen. As soon as Creo gets a bit of space to breathe, he's just going to be freaking annoying with these glaive throwers. And apparently he feels safely enough having only one of them, soon 3 in the base, so he can use the rest of them to drop and do damage at the main base of Creo, of HoT, of course. Level 3 for the Priestess now as well. Zappers bought by HoT right now, so let's see what he's gonna be able to blow up with those. In the meantime, the glaive throwers here are doing plenty of damage. Where's that Priestess, by the way? Okay, there's the Priestess. The Hunt's now positioning here. First of them is going to fall. The Zapper is coming in. What is he doing with that one? Blowing up some of the Hunts. The first two of the first, yeah, only the first glaive thrower has fallen. The second one surviving for now. Second Zapper is coming in. He's going for the Priestess with that, but he's not quite getting her. And all of HoT's Hunts are so low. He's probably gonna lose even these last 2 ones, which is gonna make him drop to 29 supply. And the Priestess of the Moon has survived here. The glaive throwers have flown back, and they are immediately going to go ahead and get aggressive again. A third Ancient of War is coming for HoT, but he is still on tier 1, and he just threw away basically all of his Huntresses in this engagement. So yeah, another outscout being used by HoT. Both of the Priestesses are on level 3 by now. Of course, both of them having the level 2 aura, which we cannot see work on the glaives at the moment because he's using Shadow Melt on the Priestess of the Moon. But yeah, Creo really abusing the Vorpal Blades upgrade here. He's gonna be able to, you know, shoot into the forest, and then thanks to his vision that he's got with the Zeppelin, he's always gonna be able to shoot through the forest. So he's going for the snipe on the only glaive thrower that HoT has at the moment, and he's getting in. Priestess is reaching level 4. Another drop here with the glaive throwers in the front. The glaive throwers in the back are completely untouched, and there is no way in hell these Hunts are gonna get there. Of course, he didn't see the rest of the Teal army sitting there in front of the glaive throwers. So first of the Ancients of War has fallen. The altar is probably gonna fall soon as well. And HoT, he's got the expansion, but he's having such a hard time producing enough units here. He's calling GG despite having that expansion. So Creo with a very calm game, taking towards tier 2, you know, safely with the Ancient Protector, getting the glaive throwers out just in time as HoT was pushing. I'm just thinking, had he not been forced to cancel the Hunter's Hall, the push would have been even sooner and stronger. Maybe he would have been able to break Creo when he pushed while Creo was taking towards tier 2. I mean, that's just theorizing, of course. Maybe using the town portal would have been smarter than delaying his Huntress production, but he didn't do so. And then I think when he had the expansion, of course he was afraid of that exact thing. I mean, it was obvious that Creo was planning something in that direction as soon as he was approaching the Goblin Laboratory for the first time. But then again, he still, HoT that is, of course, he still had the expansion. He could have gotten his own Zeppelin, keep track of the opponent's Zeppelin, and maybe take himself and get the economy advantage going for him in a long-term planned game, instead of this very rushed approach when he tried to go into the main base of his opponent with the Zephyrus and everything, and it didn't work out at all. So a nice game by Creo, and he's tying the series, and the final map is going to be Secret Valley.